Hey everyone, my name's Nick. I'm here today to talk to you about these three cars situated behind me. Now these three cars are a C-Class saloon. They are SE, Sport and AMG Line. This video today is just a quick introduction on all three models, what's standard on each one, and more importantly, what's different. I hope you enjoy it. Now the C-Class SE is packed full of technology in the car. Now, don't let the SE put you off. It does actually stand for standard edition. So there are a few things that are slightly different on this car compared to the other two, the Sport and the AMG Line. For start with the headlights, these are halogen headlights, whereas the other cars will have LED headlights. So we'll get onto those in a minute. You may also notice on the very front of the car here, this bit's completely flat. And the same on this side, on the right-hand side. It's completely flat, and the reason for that is basically when you look at Sport and AMG lines, it starts adding more sporty looks to each model, and you may also notice that the wheel sizes are slightly different. So the C-Class SE wheels are actually 17-inch aero wheels. They're very aerodynamic, and they look a bit like this. They've got this kind of polished chrome here with the high gloss black. Now the Sport wheels are the same size, but they are actually a slightly different design. And here they are side by side. So we've got the SE just here, the 17-inch wheels, and the Sport wheels just here. As I said, they are ever so slightly different in design, but they are the same wheel size more importantly. Where it changes is when you go to AMG Line. That's when we introduce 18-inch wheels. Now you can definitely see the difference now between the two. So this is of course the Sport, and it still has the high gloss black on them. And this one, you can see there's a lot more kind of angles in the wheel. As I said, these are 18-inch wheels and they just look a little bit more stylish, hence the AMG Line. So, what about the grills? Well, the grills, the SE has these kind of chrome look on the front, and as soon as you go to the Sport, they add a little bit of chrome and then polished chrome, just to kind of set it apart. Now, AMG Line are usually people's favourites. This is where we introduce the diamond grille. Now I hope everyone can see me okay. I've just dimmed the lights a tiny bit just so you can see. So again, starting with the SE, these are your halogen lights. Now when the engine's on, you actually do have LED daytime running lights just on the very bottom. But obviously at night time you have your halogen lights on. And of course if we're moving to the Sport, you'll notice that these have LED lights. Now these aren't just any LED lights. Mercedes have actually implemented a very special technology called multi-beam LED, where basically you can drive down the road with your full beam on and it will automatically dip down and make a little cutout of where the car is that's coming towards you. And you can do that in multiple different angles because it has 84 LED chips, little squares of the LEDs in each headlight. It's some seriously cool tech. Now this is of course what the interior of the C-Class SE looks like. That's quite handy actually. Mercedes-Benz actually have a standard one here. Now as standard there is of course a manual gearbox. Most Mercedes on the road now are automatics. It's quite rare to see this one actually. But more importantly, if you look at the steering wheel, it is completely round. There's no flat bottom on the bottom of it. That's what you'll find in AMG Line, which you'll see in a second. So notice on the steering wheel also that the buttons are black gloss. Now that we're in the C-Class Sport, you can actually notice that this one doesn't have a manual gearbox. It actually features the automatic transmission with a 9-speed gearbox. The gear selector is actually over on the top right, on one of the stalks on the right-hand side of the steering wheel. So it's slightly different to a more traditional car where an automatic transmission might be, but it's super easy. One thing to also note, there is also an option to upgrade an interior to leather silk beige. It's quite a rare option in Mercedes, but if you like light interiors, it's certainly the one to go for. And finally, we have the C-Class AMG Line. Now in here, there's quite a few things that do change. So for starts, we have AMG sports pedals in brushed stainless steel with rubber studs. So it gives you that more sporty look when you hop in and out of the car on the pedals. Now instead of having traditional dials, you get a 12.3-inch digital instrument display. One thing that's also quite nice as well, you also get an analog clock, which is of course only in the automatic transmission, otherwise the gear stick would be there. Other things that are included are the flat bottom steering wheel, so notice compared to the other ones that the Sport and the SE are completely round. In the AMG line you get a flat bottom with satin chrome on the left and right hand side of the steering wheel and the buttons. And there we have it guys, this concludes this week's video. I say it's just a short one just to show you the differences between these three awesome cars, the SE, the Sport and the AMG line on the C-Class. Come back next week to check out our latest video. Who knows what it will be? There are 36 models in the Mercedes-Benz range and there's a lot of filming to do.